Big 12 Sound Roundup.
Check 1, 2.
The best bites, cheap shots, and excuses from Saturday's post-game news conferences.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. It is 1st and 12. Alex, Kirry, Mitch, Harper, our illustrious producer Eric Cabrera as well. So many things going on here in the Big 12, and it's week, what was this? This was week 12 right here. No, week 13.
Yeah,
this was week 13 technically. Next week will be week 14 for teams to get to their 12th games of the season. So BYU coming back home, Utah going on the road, and everybody else is going to be watching the rest of the conference with a lot of bated breath to see how this thing's going to end up. One of the chaotic moments of last night's matchups, of course, were part of what happened with Coach Prime and Kansas versus Colorado at the Chiefs Stadium there at Arrowhead. Here's Coach Prime on taking that L there in Kansas.
Wonderful coach who is one of my favorites in the Big 12. I feel as though we have a tremendous relationship. He checked on me when nobody was. We exchanged pleasantries before the game, and I told him that his team is resilient. They're a reflection of who he is. They fight to the end. They're very physical. They're tough. They're tenacious. They ran the heck out of the football, which we couldn't stop, period, today. We started smelling ourselves a little bit. That's what I just told our team. We got intoxicated with the success. We got intoxicated with the multitude of articles and the assumption that we're this and the assumption that we're that, and we did not play CU football.
I feel like Prime doesn't actually know Lance Leipold's name, Mitch. Don't you feel like he's like a wonderful coach?
I was wondering the same thing.
That guy, he's one of the best. I couldn't help but wonder if he actually knows who Lance Leipold is, but he called him when he was going through some rough times.
Because it's plausible that Coach Prime doesn't know D3 Wisconsin Whitewater football. Because that's where Leipold came from in Buffalo. So it's very possible that he has no clue who Leipold is. Maybe he thought Andy Reid was coaching Kansas.
We exchanged pleasantries before the game. I thought he was the ball boy. Oh my goodness, Coach Prime always delivering on the. But he was dead right. His guys have fallen to 8-3 now on the season, 6-2. They need a lot of help. They're probably the ones who have the least chance to be able to get into that Big 12 championship game. BYU would have to lose against Houston. That's the first domino that would have to fall next week for them. They'd have to have ASU lose as well. Oh, boy. And then I think, well, a lot of scenarios for them to have to be able to get in, but I don't think they will. But still, phenomenal season. Speaking of Lance Leipold, he's the head coach of Kansas, and they have just rattled off 3 of the most impressive wins all season in the Big 12.
As I told them, I'm extremely proud of them, again, of their resolve and resiliency of going through it. There's a lot of negativity hanging around about what was wrong with this program and what should be done and things like that. We talked about how close we were for a long time, and they owned it. They kept working. They stuck together, and you can see the results of that. And I think it is something that's truly special. And for us to play as well as we did today is another sign of that. And now we have a chance to still reach a pretty special goal, but we have to go out and play another good football team.
Where on earth was that press conference? It was supposed to be home. It was supposed to be Kansas playing at home. I know it's Arrowhead. It's not their place. It's like, can we do the press conference from let's go back to Lawrence and do it from the rubble where we are remodeling the stadium. Can we? My goodness. But yeah, Lance Leipold, I'm surprised. I'm like you go into a year, everybody says you're going to finish top 4. You start off the season 3-6, and then you're looking around the locker room. You could easily just phone it in, especially some of these guys who are definitely going to be NFL dudes, guys like Kobe Bryant. I mean, I don't know what Jalen Daniels is going to do, after this, but he's certainly a talent. He never really got to realize all of it, but he is now, and I think it's pretty impressive, Mitch.
It really is, and Kansas is an entertaining football team. They got a lot of talent, man, and it's crazy to think that they had as many struggles as they did, but when you comb through that schedule and how it's worked out this year, I mean, they just had so many close calls and they couldn't finish the job. And now they had that breakthrough with Iowa State, and that just did a world of good for this team. And they can do no wrong now, and they're so hot. They're one of the top teams. It'll be interesting to see where we have them in our Big 12 power rankings coming up next hour. Activate the Valley. I'm here still in Tempe, going to catch a flight a little bit later today. And
stay down there.
Dillingham, I got to say,
the weather's nice, man. Just stay down there.
It's so nice. As Kalani says, Kalani has said this a few times every, when the winter changes or the weather changes in Utah. Oh, I see why people like it here in Boca Raton. I see why people like it here in Arizona. Yes, Kalani, the weather's great. But Kenny Dillingham has activated the Valley, and I really believe, Alex, that Arizona State, they might have their modern version of Frank Kush with Kenny Dillingham. I think that he is the perfect fit for that program. They had a huge weekend taking down BYU. They re-upped reportedly some of their coordinators, so they are showing a commitment, and this was Dillingham after the win over BYU.
We won the football game. We beat another ranked team in in Mountain America Stadium, right? And this is all about the guys. I mean, these guys battled. These guys fought. These guys found a way to win. And it doesn't matter whatever happened at the end. It happened. You know what? We got to rush the field twice. How about that? We rushed the field 3 times this year. That's pretty cool. Not many people get the opportunity to do that. Come to Arizona State because there's going to be a lot more of that coming forward.
So they should have like a coaching marketing award every year, I feel like. And like between Indiana's Kurt Signetti, Prime, of course, and then Kenny Dillingham. I think Kenny Dillingham might be the one who's the most brilliant marketer of them. And you know what? 34 years old. He's changed everything there in Tempe. And got to be happy for those Arizona State fans who watched a program that just got embarrassed over a decade with just messes after messes after messes. And Kenny Dillingham cleaned it up in 18 months. I mean, that's as impressive as anything. It's not just turning the team around and winning. It's keeping your program together, and this is a way to do it. Winning kind of solves everything. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour number 2 of the program is right around the corner. Guess what we've got? We've got that Utah and Iowa State game breakdown for you. We've got sound from Tempe, from Kalani Sitake, his podium address to the media last night. So stick around for all of it. It's KSL News Radio. It's 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone, and we are first and 12.